Hi. Hi. Hello, friend. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm trying to seduce you. I'm going to turn that down. Yeah, I've decided the only way to continue with this is that I got to go all in. I just got to. And that means cameras. It means cameras. And it means I just have to seduce you because I want you to come with me. And I want to feel safe doing that. I want to be able to tell you the things that I want to tell you. And not worry about you calling me crazy. That's the big one. So I made this for you. I figured, why not make things pretty? Pretty is beauty is lovely. It's one of my favorite things, and yeah, I just thought this looked really pretty. So I hope you like it. I made it for you. And I'm also thinking that, it's a heck of a lot more fun recording this in this space for sure. So maybe it was actually for me. So where to begin? I guess I should tell you first of all that I'm sorry for being quiet. I got the whole download from beginning to end over the last 2 weeks about what my purpose is, about what I need to do with my life, like specific instructions. And I am laughing about this because I just finished talking about how I listen to my intuition. And ooh, boy, did she start talking. So, so I've been like, not really sure if I was ready to jump off the cliff again, because that's what I'm being asked to do. And I am stomping my feet a little bit and saying, but I like this view from the top of this cliff. I really like it, and I wanted to stay here for like a bit longer. But not my timeline. Not my timeline. And in fact, I was also told that I will not be leaving the planet as often as I maybe would like to, and basically what that means is that yeah, I'm having to be here and not take myself somewhere else temporarily. The work is happening here, and it's time. So there it is, happening. I I don't know where to begin. Okay, let's just go right for the big stuff. So I found out what my purpose is, and it's hilarious. I I never thought. I have been searching for my purpose my entire life. I had this feeling like in my 30s, like I just like had to not go through this whole life never knowing what it is. And then in my 40s, I was like, where are you? And, uh, and I found you. So that's really cool. And it's a really funny cosmic joke. It's so simple. It's so simple. And for me, it's just being the most fully realized, highest vibration, biggest energy me, which, you know, feels great. Honestly, feels great. I love that I have been able to, like I used to go to parties and I would stand back and I would be quiet, especially because, like, if I didn't know the dynamics or the people there, or, I didn't understand what the energy was going to be like. I was always very kind of cautious and waited until, I don't know, I guess I felt safe energetically. And now I am just this. This is just not turning off. This is just me now, all the time, in like all my worlds, and yeah, it's pretty fun. So I'd like you to join. I'd like you to join my cult of fun. This is the cult. I'm going to be the cult leader. I'm the cult leader of the cult of fun, and I would like you to consider joining, please. There are a couple rules to joining the fun club. Number one, you have to always talk about the fun club. You have to talk about it like all the time. Like you have to annoy people with the fact that you're part of the fun club. And the second rule of fun club is that you need to fully and completely and 100% totally lose any thought of what other people are thinking about what it is that you're doing. You have to just be. And the best part about that is when you show up at parties as just this fully realized version of you, you give other people the possibility that they can be that too. And the whole party just gets bigger and brighter and more fun and bigger characters and more alive. So, here's like a little pro tip from the fun club. If you're looking to have actual fun, you're not hitting any scene. You're not hitting the scenes where everyone's assessing each other and judging each other and looking each other up and down to see if they're wearing the right things. That's not the one you want to go to. At least not if you're part of my cult of fun. So, yeah, I think those are the only two rules for the fun club. Yeah, and so back to my purpose. That's it. That's it. That's the joke. The joke is that I get to have my biggest, fullest life, and I get to have the life of my dreams and show up as this completely unmasked version of me. And I apparently don't need to worry about where where the abundance is going to come from that. So That's interesting. Not usually how I operate. So there's one of my jumping off the cliff things right there. And I am still trying to wrap my mind around how that's all what I'm supposed to do and how that's supposed to play out. But in the meantime, I just understood. I just got to really understand that when I show up and I'm living my biggest, fullest life, and other people around me get to, well, it's contagious. It's contagious. The more that you live your biggest, fullest life in exactly the way that you want to live it, because that's who you are, the more other people see how alive you are and how much fun you're having. And then they get to have that as a possibility for themselves. And I mean, wouldn't that like change the world? Like, even if just one person saw me or heard me and thought, ooh, I want that for me. And yeah, it'd be really cool. So, and I've been really gratified by the positive feedback that I've been getting from corners of the world that I never expected. And so that's really fun and cool and awesome, and who helps you to put yourself out there like this, which was the other thing that happened as I was understanding what my purpose is. It's not a quiet one. It's not one that allows you to sort of hide. And I have liked hiding. I like I liked hiding because I enjoy my life, and I don't want to jeopardize it. I want to enhance it. So hopefully, actually, so that is what we're doing. It turns out all of those fears were unfounded. Unfounded. Classic worrying for no reason. So we're just going to stop worrying about that, because it's not the ride we're on. We're in the universe where the cult of fun takes over the world and spreads like a new pandemic. Only this time, it's a contagion of fun and delight and love and meaning and community. So I'd like that to happen. Wouldn't that be cool? Where are you? Where are you? I've met a lot of healers in the last couple days who are talking about their struggles, and I get that. But healers wearing themselves out to the point of exhaustion and then collapsing and having to do something dramatic to bring them back, only so that they can exhaust themselves again. This is like, it's it's the boring story. It's boring. It's stale. It's boring. Can we just not do that anymore? Like, we know, right? We know thank you. We know your cup needs to be full in order for you to heal others. That's the deal. We know this. It's irrefutable. So why isn't your job keeping your cup full? Figuring that out. That seems like a new plan, a new program, We fill our cups and then we fill other people's cups, or we show them how to fill their own cups. However you want to take this, wherever you want to take this metaphor, take it. But what we don't want to do is still do the whole drained battery story. Yawn. So let's fix that one. And like can we just like all finally get together? Can we all just get together and love on each other and talk about the promise and the hope and the anticipation and the excitement about what is coming? It's like we passed the tipping point. You know this, right? Like, you feel that. You feel that. Like, I say that and you feel that. You know it's true. It's already done. It's done. And the rest is just noise. It's distraction. It's fear bombing. Let's just fear bomb them. Let's keep fear bombing, and maybe we can stop this thing. No, we're not falling for it. Hopefully you're not falling for it. Come find me if you're falling for it, and we will fix that. Don't fall for that. Actually, just come find me. Let's do this together. You know? Let's do this together. I think if the world is ending, shouldn't we go out in a cult of fun? Shouldn't we like ride out being the orchestra on the deck of the Titanic instead of the anyone else on that boat? Let's have fun. And who knows, maybe that's exactly what we need. So I don't know how long this is. I have a couple more things to say, but I might just do a separate one because I got really clear about one aspect of the divine masculine. And it was this really beautiful image of what that might look like. And since I've already started talking about it, I might as well keep going. So I did this breath work. And during the breath work, I had it was like I was dropping into a deeper understanding of what the divine masculine looks like in practice. And so there was this scene that was playing out where I was experiencing sort of the feeling of climbing into this lap of this man who is strong but soft, and but very like holding, very holding of me, and just allowing. And I'm processing through a lot of the hard emotions that you can feel right now if you're checking in and keeping minor tabs on things. It's about the best I can do at this point, but it still causes feelings of sadness and anger and injustice and hopelessness. And so those feelings can kind of get sticky and hang out in my body, as I've learned. And I like to stay emotionally current. That allows me to be less reactive. And so this divine masculine man who I don't, I have no idea who this man is, this mystery man is allowing me to curl into his arms and cry and pound on his chest and allow myself to feel all of those feelings and get them out. And he just holds me while I do that. And then when I'm done, when I've relaxed my body into a puddle of surrender, then he starts bringing me back to life by kissing me gently and just being very kind and allowing and waiting and feeling into how my body's reacting and waiting for invitation. And then that turns into this really powerful love energy that we send out, up and out, and into the grid and into the world. And then we save the planet. So, well, that's pretty much it. That was pretty much the end of it. So I just put that out there, universe. I just put that out there. Okay, so I don't know if this is so silly. Okay, so I thought I would end today with a story time because I love reliving stories, and I was thinking about a story that I wanted to relive because I know because it's a weird time right now. There's a lot of stuff, energy that we're having to process. And there's a feeling, at least for me, and I think it's broader, that we have to keep going, that we have to keep going, keep going. And so I was thinking about a time when I didn't think that I had it left in me. I didn't think I had anything in the tank. And the universe sent me, actually, future me sent me the strength that I needed from into the future. It's the wildest story, but it goes like this. So the year was 2018. And so I'd been going to the burn for a couple of years. It was spring. So the previous burn, that's right. So I had gone to 2016, and then 2017, and then this was the spring. And I had decided that it was time to move out of the home that the children and I grew up in for their elementary school. But for a number of reasons, the house was no longer for us. And so I had decided to move us to a rental down in a neighborhood close to the kids' school so that we could try out that area and see if that was what our new home was going to be. And part of the thing was I was driving an hour each way to commute the kids to school, and it was too much. So the month is April. Long before this, I had booked a spring break trip, but then life happened, and I was going to have to be out of our house by the end of April. And I had uh, completely underestimated how much 10 years accumulates. And it was just me. And it wasn't really a situation where I could hire a lot of help. Um, so I had started, but then we had spring break, and I didn't want to cancel that. But coming back from spring break, I was going to have 2 weeks to do a lot. And I was flying back on the plane from spring break. And I was thinking about everything that I was going to have to do and how hard it is anyway to pack up your life and like to decide what things you're going to keep and what things you're going to get rid of. Like while you're like packing up the home that your kids grew up in. So I'm like sort of taking that all in, and I turned to the kids on the plane and I'm just like, you guys, I'm going to warn you in advance. This is your warning, and I'm sorry about it. I know that when we land, I will be working nonstop. And it will be like hard work. It will be emotionally hard and it will be physically hard. And I already don't feel like I have enough gas in the tank. And I know that when I don't have gas in the tank, I turn really grumpy and I lose my sense of humor. And you're probably going to think I'm a jerk, and I'm probably going to yell at you because I'm going to want you to help out more. And that is, I'll probably have unreasonable expectations. And it's just how I'm feeling. And I'm hoping that I can do it differently. But I'm worried about it. And they nodded and they said, okay, Mom. And then we landed, and then that day, actually, yeah, we landed that morning. We get in the house, and you start doing all of the things that you do to, you grab the mail. I grab the mail and I start going through the mail. And as I'm, you know, when you're going through the mail now and you get a personal piece of mail, like immediately you're like, whoa, wait, who's sending me a personal piece of mail right now? And so I got this postcard. And if you're not looking and you're listening, it is a postcard that is a Western, an old timey Western porch. Like looks like it would have been in, sort of one of the 80s Western movies. Actually, everyone in the picture looks like they would have been in an 80s Western movie. That's hilarious. It's funny because it's true. Anyway, this particular postcard is from an art car that drives around the playa at Burning Man, and it's a giant, sort of saloon on wheels, and but when I saw the postcard in my hand, I was like, this kind of looks familiar. That definitely is like from the burn. Like who from the burn is sending me a postcard? And I flip it over and it's my handwriting. And I still am like, what the hell? And the reason why I'm so confused and my mind is so dusty is that this postcard was was one that I wrote to myself 2 burns ago. Like, so not the last burn, which would have made sense that maybe they would have mailed this postcard out 6 months later, but it was actually the burn before that. So this postcard came to me a year and a half after I wrote it to myself while at Burning Man. So, and then I'm like, what the hell did I write to myself? And then I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, hey, there was a booth. There was like a booth where they had postcards and stamps, and it said, write a note to yourself. Write write a letter of encouragement, I think was what they asked to do to yourself. And so here's me going through the mail, finding this postcard, flipping it over, being wildly confused about the fact that it's my own writing. And then I start to read it, and I will read it to you now. It's sunrise at Burning Man. There's an ultra marathon in front of you to remind you that this is a marathon. You are strong enough. It's all happening when it's supposed to. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. You can do it. You are loved. Newbie. So I think you can imagine that when I read that in that moment of darkness, and I felt the magic of the timing, the impossible timing of it showing up, and how did I write those words, and how did I know that that was exactly what I needed to hear? And I got it, you know, I got that postcard gave me the strength that I needed in order to make it through those 2 weeks. And yeah, it's just one of the many, many ways that I've been really blessed. Well, I could tell you about the party. That was super fun. But I think I'll just leave it with I hope that you feel loved. I feel loved. I hope you do too.